here we go. Our first episode of Girl Math. I'm Sierra.
I'm Laura.
And this is episode 1. Do you want to explain what we're doing here, or do you want me to?
I want you to, because I keep forgetting how that quote goes. Suck.
Okay, let me not smile so big. That looked awkward.
I'm going to anyway. It's going to be fine.
My mouth, I literally fell. Okay, here we go. Being so serious. So this is our first episode of Girl Math. We're two best friends, and we've decided to sit down with each other and talk about different things, different topics every week, whatever we feel like is relevant, and just have a genuine, generic conversation. So today we decided to talk about a statement that I don't know if you've seen floating around social media or not, but I definitely have a few times. So the statement is, I'm stuck between I am young and damn, I'm almost 30. So I guess it stuck out to me because I am almost 30. I'm 29. My birthday was in June. So how old are you?
Halfway to 30 from 29. Yeah. I am 25. I'm going to be 26 in December.
Oh my gosh, we're going to be in Miami for her birthday.
I can't wait.
Okay, so do you want me to open up the conversation about that, or do you have any thoughts on that statement?
Gosh, what really comes to mind for me when I think about that is just kind of thinking about the pressure that society puts on you. What kind of, when you look at social media, the pressure from like social aspects of it, like,
you mean like materialistic
being
things?
successful, yes, having this person has this person has that.
Yeah.
And then the pressure on yourself to have it all figured out and have, like for me, like I'm trying to buy a house.
Yeah.
The economy is a shit show.
Yeah.
Like, how am I, there's so many like different ways that I can go about this. And
I just think it's great that buying a house is on your horizons right now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's normal or not for a 26, 25-year-old.
I feel like it's becoming more norm.
Maybe you're right,
I feel like that.
At least in my life, I certainly wasn't. And I'm obviously no prodigy or anything to like mirror, but I just think it's pretty crazy that that's even on your brain. And I think that's cool.
Yeah.
So
I had, I'm not going to get rich off of working jobs. I'm not going to get rich off of, and it's just like, I have to figure something out that's going to give me another stream of income that I don't have to put all of my waking hours into, so that's kind of where that came from.
Yeah, well, I think the one thing about real estate is you can make like a big chunk of change at a time if you do it right, like if you do a flip or if you do a fixer-upper. But also having real estate like as a stream of income is what I hear, because obviously I'm not doing it yet, but I see many people wealthy with having multiple streams of income.
Yeah, having multiple properties.
Multiple properties. That's definitely my goal.
So that's the goal.
Yeah, and I think that's crazy that like we both realize that obviously there's many avenues to making money, but for me, I've kind of made up my mind that real estate is how I'm going to make my money, and so.
I'm still exploring so much.
I know you are, and I've totally made up my mind. I'm like, real estate's good for me. So talking about pressure and just like saying what I just said, I realize I've got a lot to accomplish just to even be qualified to even start my real estate career. Not an agent, but I mean like being a landlord or being a homeowner.
Oh yeah, everything's gonna be this. Figure it out as you go. Obviously. And that's just something that you have to get. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. I think that that's one of the biggest, like if you can really turn your brain onto that and just say like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm still going to do it. I think that's what's going to get us further than trying to even figure it out or like pay for an education. Like if I don't have the money to go get a house, which I'm working on that, but it's like,
I think
where am I going to get the money?
There, you're just, I think taking that
right.
Step
it's like I have to like be very calculated.
My dad told me today, because we were talking about like me buying a house and stuff. And he was like, you know, kind of like your mom, like naming off all the things that you're gonna have to have
worry
money
about.
for. And he said, he was literally like, you need to just keep on saving, and you know, I don't want you to get into this like just getting by mentality. I want you to have more than enough to succeed and be good at being a homeowner. Because he was like, he said something like, when you become a homeowner, life's gonna smack you in the face. And I'm like, is it really like that? Like, I don't know.
I know. We don't know yet.
I know,
like,
and I'm over here
there
just
is
like,
so
do
much
it, do
that
it.
we just don't know. And, you know, the other part of that is, how, God, hold on, I'm losing my train of thought. We're gonna have to
We'll cut that out.
Yeah, we will. Oh,
We're good. Let's go to the next little
if it comes to
tidbit
me,
that
I'm
I have.
gonna go back to it though.
Yes, of course. Speak freely here. Okay, so for me, I'll just so you were basically talking about the pressures of like, we got on a rabbit hole really, but
No,
you were
for
explaining
sure.
what stuck between I am young and damn I'm almost 30 means to you, and you were just saying like social media gives
Definitely.
unnecessary pressure, or do you think it's good pressure?
I think it's good in a way. I mean, it can be, pressure can be healthy. Pressure can be detrimental.
too much.
So, yeah, I think that it's
Where it's like FOMO. Or
one of those things where it's like you have to understand what is right for you, what is like a realistic time frame, things like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all okay. So yeah. So okay, so I'm gonna give my little what I think this statement means, and if it even, you know, holds any weight with me. So stuck between I'm young and damn I'm almost 30. Like I said earlier, I am almost 30, so there is a very, you know, there's a small amount of pressure and like almost a fear, because I have some goals that I need to hit. And because I'm almost 30, I'm like, okay, I should definitely
It's like,
have
I
hit them
should have this,
already.
I should have this, I should have that.
Yeah, but what I've learned is that I still am young.
Yeah.
30 is young. 30
Yeah.
truly is young. I feel like 30
Nowadays,
is the age.
and things are changing. Nowadays, like, people used to live until they were like 50. Now people are living to like 100.
I don't want to live past 80. I
Well.
don't think. Like, that's not enjoyable. I would just...
If you're healthy though and you're not in pain, you're not just gonna be like, oh, turned 80, let me just off myself.
Give me the shot. Anyways, so there's a lot of things that I personally have to like accomplish, or at least be on my way to accomplishing by the time I am 30.
Yeah,
So-
have some of those like stepping stones in place.
Definitely, my eggs in a what is it called?
Eggs
Like,
in a
row
basket?
or something.
Ducks in a row.
There we go. It's close. Okay, so definitely wanting to have my ducks in a row so that my 30s can be all about accomplishing,
Prosperity.
yes, thriving, reaching goals.
30, flirty, and thriving.
Yes.
That's right.
So I definitely still feel like I am young. I have a lot to experience. I think that's the most exciting part about still being in my 20s, is like we've got a lot to experience, and I'm so thankful to have a friend like you to like make those memories with.
I know.
I don't know, for some reason I just get so excited because like we are like-minded in a lot of ways, and so traveling and like taking trips, or just, I don't know, even just like going out to eat. It's always
No, literally.
fun doing
And
that
I
with
think
someone.
like we even don't necessarily think about this often,
Yeah.
but the perspective of you have to be 31, 32, 33. Like when you think about your 30s and 40s and you talk about it, it's like this small chunk of time. And really to have that real big chunk of time that now you have these things falling into place that you put like work into and effort into in your 20s, you're going to start to see that. And in 1 year's time, 31, bam, you could hit it big. You know, maybe 33 is the age that you like hit it, and just like honing in your perspective to give you that like hope of just like, you have every bit of time that you do right now in your 30s. Like your time is not running out, you know?
So basically, are you saying to like be consistent right now and set yourself up for your 30s to be able to
And I
cash
think
in
it's
a
just a
little bit?
matter of having like a positive perspective on like there
You
is
know
no
what I
need to
heard?
like rush.
You
Like
know what I heard though?
what?
So I read an article one time that was like, our generation, are you millennials?
So I'm a Gen Z.
You are a Gen Z?
97, I believe, is the cutoff, or 98
Okay.
is the cutoff.
I'm a millennial.
No, 97. Yes,
Okay.
you're a millennial.
So I read an article where people, older than us, every time that we would meet someone that's a little older, like 60 or something, they would say things like, "Oh my gosh, you're so young. You have so much time." So then millennials are like, "We've got so much time. We don't need to work on things. We don't need to be consistent. We don't need to be, saving money. We've got so much time to do that." And so then,
now everything's in shambles, and they realize what's that?
Call coming through.
Phone a friend?
Okay, anyways, my face was like stuck on it. I was like, why is she calling me?
Ooh, I guess.
Yeah, it was, God, that was so scary.
Not talking about it.
Anyways, okay, so I was just saying that, we do have time, but we do need to not be wasting the time. So right now I'm 29.
But we work hard. That's not going to change for us.
Yes.
Other people,
It's like, get it
they might need
together.
to.
What are you doing? Anyways, I'm sorry I always say anyways. That is so
It's
annoying.
okay. We'll crop it out.
I don't want to crop that, but there's a lot of editing. So one thing I've realized with my life, and I'm sure that you can relate to this, is that life happens and mistakes are made. And
Success is not a straight line.
yeah, I think right now I'm just so in a state of like constant thankfulness of being able to be where I'm at. Like I did have major setbacks and all of it was my own fault, but I feel like I'm a little not on track with being 30, but I'm just at the, I'm a little behind. Like I don't have a house yet. There's some other things I need to accomplish.
Did you know the average age for a first-time homeowner is 36?
Really?
Yep.
There's hope.
I'm like, I really need a second phone so I can be Googling things on the side, but it's either 34 or 36.
Hey Siri. I'm just kidding. Okay. Well, yeah, so I think the bottom line of damn I'm stuck between I'm young and damn I'm almost 30 is I don't know that it's like a valid like statement, because it's like, I
Are
get
you
it.
stuck?
Yeah, like you're almost 30, so start making plans and acting accordingly, I think. So like let's just go into it.
I think having that feeling though is valid, and having that moment of that feeling is like okay to feel that way, and then once you're rested, take a mental break, take a physical break, get back to work, right? That's kind of like what you're saying. Yeah. The perspective is like, okay, but don't let that get you down to the point where you're now literally stuck or stagnant. Yeah.
Ooh, pun.
Yeah. Pun intended.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that you and I are pretty goal oriented. I think that I'm coming across a lot more people that are. Maybe it's the crowd I hang out with.
Absolutely.
Now.
I mean, you're going to find more of, what you look for and what you're putting, the things that you're doing, where you go because of what you're doing is going to put you around those people. Like you're around buyers, people that are buying houses, people that have money to buy houses, people that have aspirations to have investment properties.
Or successful real estate agents.
Exactly. Exactly.
I think that's where that.
So you made that like choice to like be a real estate agent, and now just by your daily requirements, you are going to be around these big-minded people, like
just doing life right.
Yeah,
it's awesome. I love it. I was,
and I'm around teenagers all fucking day.
You're good.
So I know the latest slang.
Oh my God. What is the latest slang?
Sure. God, she ate.
Yeah,
that one's old. I don't know. That was a joke.
Yeah, I don't know. I cannot stand the word cap. I'm like, just fucking say you're lying. Why do you have to say, or like no cap? Like, I'm not lying, dude. I don't know.
Gosh, I don't know. Yeah, I never hopped on that one.
Dude, I'm starting to feel old with the whole not talking in slang thing. I mean, I do
Yeah.
talk a little tiny bit still, but when I see
But when we
videos-
talk to older people, I think that they realize, but maybe that's just me because I think I do talk a lot more in slang, but
you're like, period.
no. Yes, bitch. Yes, queen.
God.
Slay.
Oh my god, my bra is showing.
It's
This
okay.
is not the best.
I'll
for
show my
sure.
bra.
Okay, but along with the slang thing, I always see videos of, oh, that I definitely need it, of Drake talking in slang, and I just think he's almost 40, right? I think that's
Yeah, but like when you're that iconic,
yeah,
you
have to.
set
You have
the
to.
precedent of what society is doing. You start saying
When does
it,
he
the
pass
teenagers
torch?
are following him, not the other way around.
That was obvious, but
You know,
mind blown.
Kim Kardashian, like,
Yeah.
just because she's 40 doesn't mean that she's not literally setting the fashion trends. That's what she does. That's her entity. She's leading.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, so we got off track just a little bit, but that's okay. I wanted to know, is there anything that you notice in your own behavior that you do differently now rather than how you handled things or did things when you were 21?
Gosh, I mean, definitely the way I interact with people, I think it's just 1,000% better.
Yeah.
Like, and what I mean by that is I'm able to, I think over the years, just like doing a little bit of learning from my failures, learning from literally like reading and educating myself, understanding like emotional, intelligence a little bit more, understanding my power and how not to give it away. Like when you're acting emotionally, when you say too much, like just stop texting, you know what I mean? Kind of thing where you just like say less.
So basically not being so emotional.
Not well, and the thing is
also
like I
confident.
am so emotional. I am an emotional person. But yes, knowing how to like go about things in a very, very graceful way after just like, learning how to handle
Yeah,
myself.
I
think
agree with
that's
that.
just like the biggest thing that I've tried to like pride myself on. And even when we met,
Yeah.
when I was 17 and you were 20 and
Yeah.
I was under your wing and like we talked about that, at that time. It was this conversation of like play your cards right, like understand how people perceive you and like,
I
just
used to say perception is everything.
which I still think that you believe in wholeheartedly,
Yes, of course.
and it's like
Gosh, that's what tore me up like the last 2 years.
well, and that, it can be a really beautiful thing as far as like controlling that. But then when you
Yes.
are out of control,
Yes.
you
Yes.
can't lose the love for yourself just
Yes.
because you either perceive others perceiving you as not what you're wanting. Because, that's part of it. Your facade called confidence
Yeah.
is absolutely going to persuade everyone's perception around you. So if you go into a room, it doesn't fucking matter what you did. I just killed a guy in the parking lot and I come in and I act cool. Everybody's going to think I'm cool, even though I just fucking did that. Because they don't know.
That's very
Not
good insight.
saying that.
No, we get it. We get it.
Like,
Something I just thought about whenever you were saying that is like, even when I don't feel the most confident, so it's hard for me to understand.
do you
that.
let it sway? You know what I
would say
mean?
So yeah, and also I have a hard time believing that, like, because I just think that I'm a very intuitive person, so I know like
You're like,
the
I know
social
that
cues.
person, I know that person's thinking this.
Yes.
So you believe.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to stop you right there.
It's
You
so
better
hard.
stop.
It's hard and it sucks. Like, oh my gosh.
Every time you do that, you need to put lip gloss on. That's your new rule.
I don't have any lip gloss right now.
Fucking put chapstick on.
No,
Buy
I'm
some
doing
lip
okay
gloss.
right now.
No, but it's like if you were out in public and you, every time you
If
thought
I'm
of
not
something and you had like a little trick or a rule and you're like a mantra, it's like I create
time
what
I have a
people
negative-
see. I create what this person perceives.
Okay, and I hear that.
You know what I mean?
hear
It's like
that.
taking back that control and not letting maybe the anxiety or the the stress
What
of
about the realization of not being at tip top shape, tip top like appearance? Or
you're still a
something?
bad bitch.
So
And
okay, let's
if
not
you-
make this all about me.
oh
right
no,
now,
it's
but,
not
like,
no, and this is just generally speaking.
Yeah.
This is I think people can relate to you.
Yeah.
I think there are many more people that can relate to this than you even realize, and like it's okay to like be like maybe vulnerable right now. Like it's okay, you know.
Well, sitting here,
It's
like,
not
you know,
judgmental.
with I don't have the best phone quality, like camera recording, and the light's a little off, and I'm just looking at myself like, am I gonna want to post this later? Like, looking a little thick, but it's.
I'm
okay.
not even looking at myself.
really
Like
it's on
half the
Instagram.
time I've been looking at you.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean? And so it's
am
like,
looking at you, but...
and I mean, and yeah, it's like, but I think there comes a time where it becomes fixation.
You're not wrong.
Or like, yeah.
You're not wrong. And
Yeah.
you know what's crazy is I think some of the most beautiful people are and I'm talking physically, like appearance, are the ones that don't truly care too much.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not saying, okay, so.
I thought you were going a different direction with that because where you had started with physical attraction is like people who are physically attractive may be putting so much work into that because they are so insecure.
Okay, you're not wrong, but I do follow like two.
But then again,
people.
we're very attractive, and so I'm not saying that about everyone.
That is really funny. No, we just care what we look like, and we do put effort and time into it. I think. Anyways, these two females I follow are like, you know, young wives or young moms, and they're just naturally like beautiful,
Gorgeous.
beautiful. But I don't think that they sit there and are like, oh, this angle good, or oh, this doesn't look, you know. Like,
Yeah,
they literally just post the video, and I'm like, you were so like I could just sit there and be like, wow, you were so beautiful.
Although, do you know how much time and energy and effort they put into editing those videos? You know what I mean?
I think they let their husbands.
Really?
So you know that it's not being done like. To them.
That's interesting if they did. How do you know this?
Because the husbands are always the one videoing. I don't know, but I'm just assuming because they just come off like wholesome and just sweet.
It's interesting though if you had your man editing every like bit of footage that you put out. Could you imagine how different it would be if you put it out, and just the matter of like control maybe that they would have over that, where they choose, you know, you look like this, you sound like this,
like there's okay,
and they don't want, you know, it just
because I know
I'm getting off on a
personally-
tangent.
No, I know what you're
but
saying.
it's like,
Personally, I would never let anyone else.
right.
Like I barely want you to edit this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm letting you take control of that
Ah,
because
good point. Okay.
I'm
So-
but you know, it's like there are definitely things that like we want to run by each other, of
Well,
course.
of course,
but
and I think that we would each. I think we have like
the way that we're figuring this out as we go,
Yeah.
which by the way, we are figuring this out as we go.
And
We
it's awesome.
are not professionals on basically any level.
But
because
wait until we have so many endorsements. And is that what it's called? Endorsements?
I guess. God, I don't even know.
Paid advertising, all the things.
We'll Google it.
If we're not right, we will.
We'll
figure
learn
out.
about it once we get them offers coming in.
Exactly. And if you see me in your shop asking for a paid advertising, just kidding. Anyways, next. I say anyways next, even in regular conversation, so I'm really sorry.
No, it's okay. I like it.
Okay, so yeah, I think you have the demeanor of someone with so much confidence and grace. I don't know
Thank
if
you.
I remember you always having that. I think that you've always,
No.
I think verbally you've always articulated yourself very well.
Yes.
Um,
I have prided myself, and I hope that that's even a
You-
word. Prided.
I don't think so. Prided?
I
pride
proud
myself.
myself.
Incorrect. I know that one's wrong. That's like probe or something.
No, I know. It's anyway.
All right. So yeah, no. I think you carry yourself very well. I think that's something that I used to fly off the fucking handle. When people didn't have my same opinions or thoughts.
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh. I was also really mean. Not.
You think?
I don't think so. I was really nice, but to people who were like mean to me or like a little aggressive.
If you felt attacked, I think I remember like
being a little,
not
like,
necessarily
hostile.
not necessarily instances like on their own, but I do remember you you know, kind of operating in a way that was like, you know, maybe you did have like moments of like defensiveness, just feeling attacked, feeling like this person doesn't know what I'm saying and now they're coming at me.
Or if my morals or like the person I am was questioned,
Yeah.
then I would definitely like, you know,
Overreact.
Yeah. And so now I don't even think that I entertain it. Like,
yeah.
Of course I can get my feelings hurt and stuff, but I truly just am so at peace with like who I am, how I am.
But nowadays you're like, okay, yeah, bye.
Yeah. So the other day somebody said something to me that they were assuming that I was doing they were thinking I was fishing for a compliment, and I strictly was asking them like a specific straight up question, and they were like, I see what's going on here. And I said, sir, I'm not asking for a compliment from you. I'm really sorry, but no, you're not my type.
Yeah.
And I know that's like hard to follow because it's like you have no context. But anyways, so instead of like getting like snappy or anything, I just didn't even respond. It's like, okay.
Yeah, honestly, when people piss me off, and nowadays, I think that's something that's huge for me that has changed since I was in my early 20s, is I actually have a really solid group of people around me that I have told multiple people, I don't even really have friends, I have family.
Ooh, and I'm over here like, I've got 3 friends.
No, but like you, my sister, like my closest girlfriends, like I have this group of people that like I don't really make time for people outside of that group. It takes a lot, and I think that like I'm gonna start leveraging that, I think, more, because people don't respect that. And sometimes they're like men will come, you know, come at me like, you don't like, so you can't see me, you can't do this, you can't do that. And it's just like, bro, like you're gonna need to pay, like the prices are raising now. Like it's no more like you can't just take me to 54th Street and it's like it's free dinner and everything. But now it's just like I don't even have time to justify, oh, it's free dinner, let me cut some time out for you.
Money, if it's not making me happy,
if it's not making me come,
then I don't have time for it. Period. Okay, so another question I have for both of us to answer is, now that we're in our late 20s and about to be 30, is there ways that you hold yourself accountable for goals? Is there resources or like ways that you know what I'm saying? Like,
this is a great question, because I've known this for a couple of years. I've been very aware. My self-discipline sucks.
Really?
Unfortunately. I think that there are things that I may have habits where I don't struggle, and I have habits when it comes to like taking care of myself. Yeah. Having like certain, you know, obviously the way I present myself, I'm very caring of that. And so like, but prioritizing like spending over prioritizing saving my money over maintaining the lifestyle that I currently live. I struggle with that. I struggle with...
we can't be perfect.
And I know that, but you know, it's like I could tighten up a little bit, you know? And I think that like, you know, consistency with like the gym, just having...
Girl, we did 5 months.
I know, that was really good. That's the best I've ever done.
Me too.
And I mean, we still have it. Like, yes, we've taken a little bit of time off because we're like exploring other ventures, you know, like, and that's not something to like, but that's where it's like, we still have the same amount of hours in a day. Yeah. And so you can't add in everything and expect to like never get tired, never get burnt out. And so like, I think that I want to find this balance of like, but it's just like when I have the consistency of doing everything that I want to do, and then I stray away from that for 1 week, it's like I lose my habits like that. I have to restructure things. I have this like, okay, I need to figure this out again. And so I think every time...
You know what's crazy? Talking about you versus now, like your early 20s.
Yeah.
One thing I specifically remember about you is being a very good saver.
Yeah, I mean, and I am, but it's just like, as I get older,
You're like,
I'm wanting to keep up, you know? And so it's like, yes, I have the opportunity to save a lot because I still live at home with my dad, which is becoming so much more normal nowadays too, that it's like,
if I could be at home with my dad, I would be.
Some crazy statistic I heard recently that like this many thousands of millennials moved back in with their parents.
Yeah.
And my neighbors next door,
can you imagine
40-something-year-old moved back in with his mom in order to take care of her. Like, he doesn't necessarily, but he's also like a mortgage broker. So it's also like,
helped me with my light. No.
Who? No, not.
I was like, he is way too grown.
No.
Okay.
He's a project. Other side. Other neighbor. Shook. No, that neighbor, they're good. I work for them a lot of times. You know, I've picked up so many odd jobs from them.
What do they do?
From wrapping presents every year on Christmas Eve. Okay? She paid me like $175 to wrap all their presents. Okay? I worked at an Airbnb for her. That's where I got my bed frame. If you go up in my room, I got that for free. Nice. So, I mean, having these kinds of connections, like, definitely get you somewhere. I got, like, a whole bunch of pillows because they had to shut down the thing.
Yeah, everyone I know that has
I've house sat, cat sat.
Have closed their Airbnbs. I guess the rules or the state
HOAs.
Is it HOAs?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
These freaking old people in this neighborhood over in Riverside. Briarcliff.
And I could ask my investor friend, but there's definitely something more to
because
it.
You have people going in.
I heard that squatters are able to squat more at Airbnb.
Well, yeah, you just heard that story about that one lady that was in there for like 450 days or something like that. That's crazy.
Did I share that with you? No.
I've seen it. I don't remember.
It was like $1 million house or something like that. Did you see
it? Was insane because she found things that were not up to code. Ooh. So when you go about things correctly and you cover your ass, things like that don't happen to you. So they could not evict her until they got those things up to code.
But twist, he can't even get in there to fix it.
Why is that?
I don't know. She won't let him in. Isn't that crazy?
That's not legal.
And you know what?
I can't wait for there to be a new president.
Let's not go there right now. Somebody asked me the other day, like, do you like Trump? I was like,
no, nobody fucking likes Trump. Do I like shit or poop?
Girl, I don't know. It was hard for me to even like give a personal opinion because I'm so disconnected.
Honestly, it's inappropriate for them to ask unless you're close like that because it's I mean it's one of those things where it's just like
closer than most.
Okay.
I'm not saying we're close, so don't get all happy over there. Not you. Anyways,
whoever you're secretly referring to.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You're close, but I could also kick you to the side real quick. Anyways, see, there I go again. It's the same thing as the woohoos. Just comes out of nowhere.
You know, I haven't been hearing as many woohoo.
Maybe it shouldn't make fun of me, and I would say.
Oh my God, me?
I'm just kidding.
Nuh-uh.
I know.
I loved the woohoos.
I know. I just haven't been happy about anything to woohoo about.
Okay, well, we'll get back on track.
Yeah.
We gotta go. Ebbs and flows.
Yeah, I know. I'll never forget when I was at Scooters and I'm like, so fun. So awkward. People were just looking like.
I know. I remember. Tell the story.
Right now?
Yeah. You have to.
No, I don't want people to know I worked at Scooters.
I fucking work at Scooters.
You're the manager. I was working there for, anyways.
A short period of time.
Before I started real estate. I am a real estate agent now. So if you are buying or selling in Kansas City and you need a real estate agent, I would love to assist you. Anyways, that was my little tidbit. Okay, so we both are single. You have somebody that you see often, but and he's cool. He's very smart. Actually, let's give him some props. Like he came up with this name for our podcast. Like
shout out,
but
Jerron.
So we're both single. I am very single. Yeah,
you know, like you've been you know, you've been like scratching the surface, I think,
Yeah,
but
I'm definitely
barely.
not interested in like
And
any sort of
I'm
long-term relationship or
in
committed
a
relationship.
situationship that has turned long term.
Yeah, and you guys are, you know, enjoying each other, and I don't think that's wrong. And
No, absolutely. I mean, we are enjoying each other. We're definitely like growing, I think, in ways that like,
yeah,
I think that we do have a lot of
he's
like,
low-key a really cool support for you, and
right.
in
It's
many
like,
different ways.
there are things, and I was just thinking about this in the car too, like respecting somebody's like struggle, respecting somebody's
Like meeting them
growth.
where they are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Meeting them where they're at and just like having so much respect for somebody. And sometimes we do have a lot of like disconnect and like not seeing eye to eye on things, like not communicating effectively, not understanding each other because we come from two different worlds.
Yeah.
And
did he grow up in Kansas City?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
And then he was in the NFL for a short time. I want to remember who he played for.
It's
I can't
okay.
remember.
It's okay. So, well, I guess here's where I was going with that is, do you think that being 26 with the goals you have to accomplish or reach, and where you're at, do you think that being single is vital, or are you open to a relationship?
Gosh, I don't think that either one is vital. I think it's about like holding your boundaries, like staying true to yourself and not letting somebody walk on you, not letting
anyone distract you.
Yeah, it's like you need happiness, you need connection.
Touch.
Like human people, like you cannot just be alone like in this world. And like, you know, in a way there are some times where it's like maybe I need him a little bit more than, you know, what I think I do, because I'm like, oh, like I'm good on my own. And then it's just like, am I, you know, like obviously like I'm enjoying myself, you know, so much that it's just like, it's not hurting me. Okay.
Yeah, let's just calm down here.
God.
Go ahead. So do you think?
I think if it's not hurting you, and I think if it's a support system, I think that people are better together.
Yeah.
I think that people are better together, and I think you can apply that to so many different.
Yeah. Are you getting teary-eyed?
No.
Oh, okay. Your eyes look fucking glossy as fuck. Do you smoke?
That's how I look. No, I was. Oh man, I forgot to grab my joint.
It's okay.
I was gonna smoke after this. It's okay. I'll save it for us.
Yes. No.
Before we got to eat.
Can you imagine? Oh my god, I would die. Anyways. So yeah, people are better together.
How do you feel about, I mean, when you're getting into the dating scene and you know that, I mean, cause like I'm around somebody who like gives so much to me as far as like what I want.
Yeah.
The experiences that I've never had before.
Yeah. I hear you guys are always like doing different
We're
things.
always doing so many fun things that like
I'm struggling.
I'm
right
so happy to like be in that position where, you know,
I want to date somebody.
Let's randomly go to a wine tasting.
Yes, I know, but I can't. Okay.
Well, which, you know, but like,
there's something.
Let's randomly go play golf. Let's randomly go have a party.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah. I mean, just being able to do whatever you want feels really good.
Also very like adventurous.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I'm like lacking right
now. Love for food.
Yeah.
That we share in common, and that also him and I share in common, is also another level of like connection that is like super. I think that's more vital. I think like whether you're single or not, having those things in common with people that like are truly what like make you happy, I think that that's gonna get you further than choosing to be single or not to be single. You know what I mean?
So, yeah. I get your your point of view on relationships and stuff. I think for me, and I think it's cool to see like you like enjoying your life with somebody who like does take you out and do fun things. I think right now, for me, I'm like, it's so hard for me.
You're like very hesitant.
I'm so hesitant to like give somebody the opportunity to make me cry at night, or like last night I was so offended by something that somebody did, who I've literally only talked to like for 2 weeks, but I was so offended and so like pissed off by the way that they reacted to me, that I turned my phone off. I was like, I don't even want to talk to you anymore. I don't even want to deal with you anymore, because I don't want to exert that energy. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, and maybe you don't have that energy to put there.
Yeah. And I'm not saying anything bad about them. I'm just saying, like, in some ways I'm really strong, and in some ways I'm just not. I'm still fragile.
I think that you and I both, and that's where we like have to understand ourselves still. We still have so much.
Yeah. And that's the thing I'm
figuring out.
So one of my biggest mistakes in my own personal life is getting so emotionally involved with somebody, and like being so reliant on them physically, emotionally, financially, to where I stopped my own growth. And then I became obsessive with them, what they were into, which were alcohol and partying, that all my goals went away. I had a child, but yeah, like everything was, I was engulfed in his world and what he wanted, that I'm so afraid now to even like
let that opportunity possibly arise.
I am so afraid to be so in love with someone where I stop living for my goals.
Do you know that is a matter of trusting yourself, not someone else.
And I can understand that, but I am so scared.
And that's okay. That's okay. It's just something you need to like. I think I want you to realize that, because if it's a matter of trusting yourself, growing that relationship like with yourself, with your own trust, knowing that you can say no, knowing that you can walk away. Do you know that about yourself? You know, asking yourself those questions and figuring out the answer. That's how you become more comfortable, I think, in the idea of letting people have your time again, letting people see you in that more intimate light or like closeness.
But it freaks me out.
And it is scary. And obviously, like, I mean, maybe it's a matter of like, you know, I mean, everybody has like relationship PTSD, you know, in a way. Like, so, you know, that's yours, you know? So it's just like.
Yeah, I think mine's a little traumatic, and I'm not saying, you know, mine's worse than someone else's, but it's just a learning process, and I'm excited to learn it. The bottom line is, I think, is that right now for me personally, I want to experience life and like have memories and moments with somebody, but I'm not ready for a committed relationship.
Yeah, and that's where I have been this whole time.
I hear you and I see you doing things, and I love that for you.
Yeah, and that's why it's like so amazing, because like both of us are really scared to commit. Yeah. You know, and we don't even know if we did commit, like would it work? But then there are like little glimpses of like yes, and then there are moments where it's like absolutely not. And I think just like knowing and being aware of that and saying like, okay, this experience was shitty at this moment. Can you talk about it with them? Can you figure out how to talk to each other in a more respectful way, or what are the solutions to this exact like scenario? Because if the person is like willing to grow with you, you can maintain that relationship. Yeah. And no matter how close or distance.
And you're actually on something there, but I just think for me, I have like some things to take care of before I can commit.
And I think like knowing how close you will or won't let somebody is still very important. Yeah. To know.
Well, it's been fun, and I'm eager to like keep having fun, but I don't know. I think I need to just let myself. Lately, you know what's been cool lately is I used to like be so engulfed in anxiety, I would not be able to like sit still. Like I wouldn't even be able to like enjoy myself around anyone. It was very awkward. I'm like, what do I do with my hands? But like now I'm able to enjoy the vibe
and I think that's like a growth process too.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing, and I'm there, but definitely have some growth to do. But just want to enjoy life, make memories, and be happy. And who doesn't want that? But so that's what I'm going to really focus on right now, is hitting some goals, but also not limiting myself on relationships that I can create. But not committing to to anybody other than my son and myself and my future. So if anything else evolves, then I'll take it.
And that's commit to only what you know, like
Mhm.
what you see is giving to you.
Yeah, I might have to take it moment by moment.
Yeah,
Day by
absolutely.
day.
Yeah, sometimes you do, because then you end up in a place
Yeah.
where you're like, wow,
How did I get here?
how did I get here? And you're either happy with your results, or you realize I need to change something and I need to get the fuck up and do something about this.
So
But I
that's
think
one fear
that
I have, getting older, talking about age. I think I don't want to look back on my life and be like, wow, I really royally fucked up. So I think that we're on the right track. We're doing things right. We're very goal oriented. We're very optimistic, hopeful, motivated, happy, thriving, healthy.
yes,
There's a lot of good things in life right now for both of us. And
I
so-
think we should have a segment of girl math now.
What do you mean?
Okay, so obviously girl math in its most natural form is really just like our logic on things.
Yeah.
So
we just broke it down. We just did that.
For example,
Yeah.
if you hit 4 cones on the road,
I don't know a fucking idiot that would do that though.
if you hit 4 cones that you miss all the other ones, you basically didn't. Well, actually, no, if there's no damage to your car, you didn't hit 4 cones.
Is anyone in this room that can say that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, just like, okay, I know what you mean.
No, it didn't.
No, but,
it didn't get on recording. It didn't happen. Anyways.
If they didn't video it, it didn't happen. What is some girl math that you use in your daily life? Do you know?
Okay, good question. Let me think about this. Okay. My clothes are really baggy, but the scale says the same thing, so I must be losing weight. Does that count?
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
Absolutely, it does.
There I go.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's about all I can tell. Anyways, God, how many times am I gonna say anyways? Bottom line is, do you want to give your bottom line for this little statement that we talked about today?
Oh yeah, gosh.
So a little 20-second.
No, I think that I think it's huge to realize the element of trusting yourself and not always applying trust to things outside of yourself. Trust is not something that you always have to apply to other people or situations. I think it's something that you can look inward, and that's when you decide to say, like, yes, I can trust myself.
Yeah.
To do the right thing, to make the right decision, to walk away when it becomes unhealthy or it's going in that direction. Those are the things that are going to get us where we want to go. Just like having those frames of thought and like really like, as much as like putting work in like tangible work into like making money and stuff, I think it's just as valuable to be
having your bank full of like
looking
health,
mental health, the people that you have around you, the connections, like the goals that you want to have, like definitely the way you live your life, Yeah.
So basically balance and just do the things that are going to promote happiness and structure and stability.
Yeah. And always try.
Yeah. I think, okay, so from what I have gathered from our talk and my own personal opinions about this statement is that we're on a beautiful journey. We're doing a good job. We are almost 30, but we're still young. We've got a lot of experiences left. We have a lot of life to live. And
I can't wait to see where we're at in the future. Like if I'm
like
I almost feel like I can look through a glass and see it.
Yeah, but
in my mind.
You never know. That's the crazy thing.
But I trust and I believe
and it's gonna be beautiful.
that we're gonna see some amazing things.
Girl, from your lips to God's ears.
Yeah.
God, universe.
He's listening.
Do you believe in God?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Ask me.
Do you believe in God?
I can't answer that on the radio because my family would fucking kill me. I don't know the answer.
You're like struggling with your like.
I believe in karma, being a good person. I believe that if you do good, things will happen.
I believe in many things existing at once.
I believe in a higher power. I believe that
Mhm.
there's some sort of cosmic like energy that like pulls everyone to, you know, if you're a bad person, then karma's gonna get you. But as far as like the Bible and stuff like that,
I don't really
have
follow
a hard time.
the
I think I
Bible.
believe more in Buddhism than
Buddhism.
Buddhism.
I believe in Buddhism.
We've got a lot of booty. Anyways, there I go again. I'm gonna try so hard next episode to not say anyways. Sorry for being rude.
Anyways.
I do sound fucking rude.
No,
Today's
it's
been
okay.
so fun. I can't believe we did this episode. This is it. This is girl.
This
math.
is Girl Math.
Yeah, I'm
Right
Sierra,
here. And I'm Laura.
and we are your hosts.
And
we
we'll
hope
catch you
had fun.
next time
Yeah,
on
next
Girl
time.
Math.
Next week.
Oh
gonna be
my
great.
God, it's gonna be so funny.
Yeah. You know what? Next time though, we do need to fix this because it is just way
We're
too
gonna
bright.
fix some
Is yours bright
things.
too?
I think it is really bright. I mean, I don't think it looks bad. I mean, it's definitely like a little too much.
Okay.
But I
thought
mean,
it was just my
it
camera.
blurs everything out at least because I definitely, my skin was like not feeling happy today.
Okay. Well,
But
we did it. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for today for a long
episode
time.
1.
Episode 1. All right. Signing off. Bye.
Bye.